Welcome back. One of the brutal characteristics of the civil war in Liberia was the use of child soldiers. Some claim up to 20,000 to do the killing. With peace slowly returning, these children too are trying to rebuild their shattered lives.
This is Gor Lou, a village which, like thousands in Liberia, is recovering from years of war. During that war, homes were wrecked and families torn apart. Often they were separated in the chaos of an attack as they scattered and fled in different directions. The Red Cross has set up a system known as tracing to help lost relatives find one another. Esther, my host, was in charge of the local tracing booth.
I sit here every day, Monday to Friday. If the person don't know how to write, I write for them.
The bulk of Esther's work is related to children separated from their parents, though adults can also use the Red Cross's letter writing services to help them find each other.
Some were found in the displaced camp, some in the video club, some in the market ground, because they will not have sleeping place. There where sometimes you find them.
Over 500,000 people were forced to flee their homes during the fighting. But it is customary in Liberia to always return to your born town, the place of your birth. Esther took me to meet a young man who had done just that, come home to Gorlu and found his missing mother.
Last time I was small, we used to go play. So when enemy launched the town, there was no need for me to run to the house and see whether my mother was there. So everybody chocolate was running in the bush. I was seeing some dead bodies on the way when I was running away, jumping over a dead body just for survival.
That was it for 14-year-old Jeremiah. He didn't see his mother for another 4 years.
I was living with different people, doing contract for survival. But I won't allow to fight. They used to come to me and say, oh, bah, let's go fight. When you fight, you will get money. I said, no, I want to go to school. I want to fight.
Jeremiah proudly showed me his school passes, one for each year. His determination to stay in school saw him working back-breaking shifts on farms for 25 cents a day so he could afford to pay his own tuition. His love for his mother seems to have kept him focused in difficult times.
When the war was over, I heard a rumor that they was already here now. When the war was over, they repatriated them here. So when I heard the news, I went to a job to get money. When I got the money, I transported myself to come here. This is how I found her in Gorlu here, and I was very happy.
The future of Liberia rests with young people like Jeremiah, and he had high hopes.
What do you want to do when you get older? What job would you like to have?
I would like to be a medical doctor.
However, at the moment, he did not have the means to pay to go to school. Many children separated from their parents during the war couldn't look after themselves like Jeremiah had.
Most of my friends joined the army.
Did they survive, your friends?
Some of them survived, some of them never survived.
A reported 20,000 child soldiers, some as young as 7 or 8, were recruited by both government and rebel forces during the war. For Jeremiah, it had been a close call. In the evening, he took me to the school in Gorlu. It was covered in bullet holes, had no roof, and had been shelled into ruin. Bullets and bullet casings still littered the ground. Once upon a time, it would have accommodated 400 children.
How do you feel now when you see it like this?
I feel bad because the war had destroyed it.
Yeah.
So we need NGOs that will rebuild it for our brothers who are now going to school here that can go to school. Because the school is small.
Not only was the school destroyed in the fighting, many children were abducted. Jeremiah introduced me to his friends, 18-year-old James and 15-year-old Lenny. When these two were boys, they had taken up arms.
Did they force you to join?
Yes, because we do have in the town looking, we say, and the love for the internet, they will be firing, they will open fire. Then they can catch some people. Then if they catch them on our side. Then they will force them to join them. So they enter in the town, they catch them, they kill them on our side. We also will when I will go on this side.
So, both these children from Gorlu were forced to fight on opposing sides. If that wasn't bad enough, it turned out they were also cousins.
So you are family.
Yes, my father la born me, and my father's sister son.
If you had seen each other when you were fighting, would you have recognized each other?
Yes, they had you looking. So now it be in the town, and I will not knew. So now they were in the town looking. We will be on our side. We will play. We are on the side. We may play. We say go here the garden. Then it will come here. Maybe he will be here. I'm going to see him. That time no brain army. If I stand there, they catch me. They can enter. Say, "I will go to a brain. I will go to me."
In Gorlu, the problems go much deeper than just needing home and shelter. The very fabric of society needs to be reknit and the nightmares forgotten. The fact that children like James and Lenny, fighters from opposite sides of the battlefield, have come home to live together says a lot about the meaning of family in Gorlu and a lot about how the crazy times of war had destroyed it. The next morning, I joined Jeremiah and his mother Garmar as they went to work. They are one of the lucky families who have a house. Their most pressing concern is food. Most of the people here were farmers, and before the war, this region was the breadbasket of Liberia. As people return, they are reclaiming the land to grow food once again. For Jeremiah and Garmar, this means a grueling hour-and-a-half walk deep into the jungle. We arrived at a small piece of swampland that they hoped would be their rice farm. Jeremiah explained to me that when people fled the fighting, the jungle quickly moved in and swallowed up the villagers' farmlands. Getting the land back to production is hard work, especially on empty stomachs.
No food from the farm yet.
No food yet. They're just beginning.
Is she hungry?
Yeah, Prukaya? She's saying yes.
She's hungry all the time, every day?
Yeah, Prukaya, hungry. She can be hungry every day, but no food.
And what about you? How many times are you eating a day?
I only 1 time a day.
With your mother?
Yes.
And are you hungry most of the time?
I'm hungry.
And when do you think your farm will start working?
Hopefully this month they'll go spread the rice. By April, May, June, July, August, we'll be having new rice. Before August.
So you have to last 4 months.
Yeah.
In lean times like these, apart from aid, the safety net they have is each other. The village is really one big extended family. Every house was interconnected. Things were always being passed back and forth, the children taken care of by everyone. In the afternoon, Esther took me to the market. Around Gorlu town, everything from the jungle that can be eaten will be eaten. This was the local grill, where meat from the jungle was caught, grilled, and sold.
This one is bigger animal.
Before the war started, there were 9,000 people in Gorlu. Just under half have come back. No one knows the fate of those still missing. But if they are alive and come back, they have a home.
You see that hot spot where the pawpaw tree is? The owner never comes, so we're waiting for the owner.
You left that spot
Yeah, we had left the spot.
to wait for him.
Yes.
When I first arrived in this town, I wondered why, after being violently forced out and spending years away, they had come back to this same place in the jungle where nothing remained. Why not stay somewhere else or go to a city where life might be easier? After my week in Gorlu, I realized that they have come back not only to a place, they have come back to find each other.
I always dream about it, and if I dream about it, I always pray to God that it shouldn't happen again in my life. I always pray to God that it will not happen again in Liberia anymore. We want no more war in Liberia again.
No more war in Liberia. Let's hope he's right. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me next time for another edition of Witness.